Remember,
Hello, everyone.
All of
What's
you. You're all so
up?
very important to us.
Are you
Except
Yeah.
for you. You right there, you suck.
Oh, okay.
He's putting on himself?
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Gotta love that.
So, welcome back, everyone. It's another time for another episode of Breaking Character. With the crew. The crew. Oh my gosh, the crew. So,
Are you good?
they made it out of Ithros. Oh my gosh. They made it out of Ithros on their way.
Straight through. We're just straight through.
And without going through any major cities, trying to go the most direct way, yet also the most detached from civilization, they hiked it all the way through Wharfburg, and then made it to Auroran. Thankfully, without running to any issues of, like running out of gas or hitting another vehicle or whatever
We have
else could have
insurance,
happened.
it's fine.
I don't think you do have insurance. It's Rick's car.
Rick, do you have insurance?
I feel like you would have gotten insurance.
You probably would have gotten it, yeah.
Who needs insurance when you have a shit ton of money?
Right?
No, it's taxes.
Any
So-
crime
Also,
that is
They made it-
punishable by a fine is not a crime for the rich.
They headed up all the way to Auroran and made it to the glistening city by the sea. Found out how beautifully majestic it actually is, and is also, parallels the beauty of Fenrana's homestead, where they were raised. They find a very large mansion.
Let's
Park?
let's call it what it is. It's an estate.
Yes, an estate. And they
Point of order, to give context, Fenrana's family has money somewhere between Bruce Wayne and Uncle Scrooge.
It this way. My father is responsible for like half of Auroran's buildings.
I'm slightly suspicious that it's a plantation and not an estate.
That would explain the casual racism.
Oh God. Anywho, so they make it.
Like classism.
They pile out of the vehicle and are greeted by Fenrana's mother, a wonderful, elegant woman. Greets them, welcomes them in, offers tea and drinks, and is set off to go and make some dinner for them as they arrived early afternoon, late in the day. And Fenrana decides to be all mischievous and run downstairs, I should say.
Downstairs.
To find the twins, their favorite siblings, and sneaks up on them, and they bum rush Fenrana, doing the dog pile. Where have you been? We missed you. And another round of 20 questions for all of Fenrana's friends, hitting a nerve for Boston, and maybe even getting underneath Nash's skin just a tad bit.
There are a lot.
Of course, the crew is a little, maybe a little shocked or offset at seeing that there is another version of Baldric that is employed by the Estes.
Which, by the way, I'm totally changing that dude's name. Because after I said it, I was like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
I love it, honestly, because it works. It's canon. It's canon now. You can't.
God damn it!
Yes, the robot's name is Cannon now.
No,
Yep. He's just
the
canon.
robot's name is Roderick.
I just like the idea of that causing a miscommunication at some point. And then whenever you guys leave, Baldric's still going to be there, and you guys will be leaving with Roderick.
No.
And it's going to be like 12 episodes.
I think Rev is hinting they want a character change and they're gonna hot swap.
or just to go on vacation for 12 episodes. So we'll see Rev in about 7 months.
It's a musical.
So and then after their in greeting, the kids are escorting the crew downstairs as dinner is on its way to be rung up. And as you guys climb the double horseshoe stairs to the main floor, you are greeted by the beautiful layout of the main hall, where the floor is this large mosaic tile of all kinds of blues, aquas, teals, and the walls are lit up with a type of iridescent glow that seems to move in a soft, delicate wave formation. It is not a projection screen. It is somehow a part of the wall itself, even though the walls don't appear to be moving themselves. It's some kind of holographic, maybe even magical essence upon the walls. It's very calming and relaxing. The skyscraper, or not the skyscraper.
Chandelier?
Well, I mean, there could be a chandelier, but I was going to say the opening in the roof, listen sounds. Skylight.
A sunroof.
Sunroof for a house.
Sunroof for a house, yes. The skylight allows the afternoon light in, and that brightens up the room, hitting crystals there, here and there, all over the place. It is just gorgeous, and it is almost in a fantasy dream. And the kids are walking, talking with each other. You guys head off over to the dining area.
So, any questions or concerns before we get in there?
Is this like no elbows on the table type situation?
I mean, if you could, it's not the most important. Mother's used to us being rambunctious.
Is that the normal behavior for holy folk and clergy in this house? Out of curiosity.
Well, kind of. So
it's a yes or no question.
Against the clergy, it's just we see no point in our own focus in solely being in religion.
Sure,
it's
that's fine. I was asking. It's that's your decision.
I apologize.
The kids.
I don't know.
They don't see it the same as the arcane. Religious magic and arcane magic technically have different sources, and their current focus is the arcane, much to our father's chagrin. I got 2 of them. Ha! Anyway.
Kids have no filters. I freaking love it.
They really, really don't, especially those 2.
Kind of missed it, to be honest.
Well, trust me, while we're here, they will most definitely irritate you. Or at the very least, talk your ear off.
I'll accept it. Every fiber of my being.
How about you, Baldric, Nash? Any concerns? Anything? You've kind of just been there.
Baldric, is the vehicle unlocked?
Yes, there's something you need out of it.
Yeah, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Or wait, do we have to be somewhere in 5 minutes?
We were going to dinner.
Well, I understand we're going to dinner, but I don't know if it's like a fancy person dinner where it's like come and go, or if it's like I need to be there exactly on time. Everyone's gonna be waiting on me, and then when I walk in, everyone looks at me like all disappointed, or like what we're gonna. I don't know.
I can wait outside if you don't want to go in by yourself.
I mean, it'll probably be fine if you need to go grab something. It'll be fine.
Okay,
You'll be fine.
I'll be right back. And Nash is gonna try and disappear to the car. He may get lost a couple of times on his way to the car.
Do you need help? Okay, well, he's just gone.
It's a stranger's house that is gigantic, and he's only been in for all of 3.5 minutes or something. Like, I would get lost.
Oh,
Is there a map? Is this like a whole?
Right by the front door.
What?
It is right by the front door.
But we're
So
going to the
the only-
garage.
We're in the
But
back.
the only place you would get
We're in the back
get
corner
lost
by
is
the teens, aren't we? 'Cause that's
No,
where we
no,
just
we
you
came
were.
guys-
upstairs. We
You
came
guys
upstairs.
were going upstairs. You come into the main hall, which is the entry area that you came in from the beginning. So you've come, you
Oh,
traced
so
your
we've
steps
already moved
back.
around now.
You straight,
Okay,
yeah,
well then
you've
he
traced
would
your
not
steps
get
back.
lost on his 10 feet. I was under the impression we were all the way in the back still.
Oh, it's most
No,
definitely more than
no.
10
okay.
feet.
Okay.
It's most
Y-
definitely
yeah.
more
Well,
than 10
then,
feet.
That changes things.
He gets lost coming back.
You know,
Sure.
I was gonna let it play through anyways because like I said it was pretty and the glimmering lights, you know, ooh shiny. You get distracted. Like, is this the right hallway?
I mean,
You just have a whole episode where Nash disappears and lost inside this mansion.
Nash disappears, Tony takes a nap. It's
Finds
fine.
Narnia.
Put it this way. The garage itself is like 31
The
by
Mall of America.
It's very possibly, yes.
The garage is detached. It is not a part of the main structure, so you do have to go outside the front to get to the vehicle.
Yes.
So you
Oh, I totally
basically
get lost.
will end up the same direction that you.
Basically, how the house is set up, there's the front, and then like off to the side, there's two like sideways, somewhat facing. One of them is attached to the main building, but the other one is slightly detached, as there is no door directly into the house from it, and that's where the garage is.
Show us a map.
I
Think of
mean,
like
I can.
There
I
is map.
literally can.
There's a blueprint.
Right now.
Think of
I
like
was
the
just saying
old
that.
And it's in
old
the
Nintendo-
D&D.
controllers. Anyways,
Do you mean like the N64 or the NES? Yes, NES.
The Super
Here's the
Nintendo.
good question.
probably like Super or NES. I don't know.
So it's the round bits.
Yeah.
With Super GameCube.
Yeah.
Why are my dogs getting
Anyways,
GameCube.
so Nash excuses himself and leaves the building.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing we need to roleplay at this moment, so he'll just
Right? No,
disappear
no.
from
But
there.
like, what do the rest of you do?
I'm gonna let one of the other automatons know to like wait for him here to make sure he can make his way to the dining room, which he doesn't know where it is.
Absolutely, Lord Fen.
And then I'll show the rest of them the way to the dining room.
And kids are already in there pestering mom. What are we having for dinner? Cheers.
Part of me thinks he's gonna try to make like hot dogs or burgers, like food that you think that we'd enjoy, but they're gonna be like made out of kale. That's what my brain thought. Just
She goes, quiet, dear. It's almost ready. It's almost. What are we having? My goodness, we are having. God, I don't even know what we're having.
Something fancy.
Yeah, steak and brisk and
Like a
some.
whole 4-course meal that she just decided to order up.
Yeah, it's
So, like,
definitely.
Starts with soup, the whole 9.
prime rib roasted. somehow perfectly in 3 hours.
Turducken.
And then-
Turducken.
Turducken with a side of brioche.
She's like, I saw two
Like a
massive guys come in with my child. They probably eat like monsters.
Not realizing that Granny probably eats. just
Yeah,
as much.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Rick portion.
It is definitely a full menu. There is already 2 loaves of bread of like a Parmesan garlic type of thing sitting on the table. Kids are already digging into one of them, pulling it apart. Glasses, plates are already set out for all of you. Where did your large friend go?
Out to the car real quick. He had to go grab something. I have someone waiting for him.
Of course. Please, have a seat. There should be room for everyone. And she and some of the droids set down some shrimp, some mashed potatoes, beans and sweet potato platter, some sliced meat, roasted garlic or cauliflower. Just the table's full.
Is this one of those obscenely long tables?
It's
I mean, according to the blueprints, yeah.
yeah, I want to say it is, but only because it is. You suspect that it can get even longer than what it is, and there's still like a little bit of room on the edge for like 3 other people, but this is the size that's going to accommodate all of you.
Sure.
So like it could possibly get longer because there's still quite a distance between the end of the table and what would be the doors to the kitchen. And yes, this room does have chandeliers. It is
Drapery all over the place.
drapery all over the place. The windows are reflecting light in different course areas. The chandeliers are reflecting light and moving in, rotating ways. It looks like pieces of, like the crystals look like they're fish-shaped. And the light bouncing off of them makes it look like the underneath of an ocean with all of the water droplets.
I can't look away.
They are mesmerizing, aren't they?
Shiny.
Vashti,
Yes, dear.
have you ever been outside of Auroran?
A couple times in my youth.
She says as she used to live on the ocean.
Well, I lived closer to the ocean, down on the southern part of Auroran. But, speaking of the ocean, the project.
Cal's in? Kess is in? So, not Cal.
Oh, no. Well, he's aiding. He's helping with the terraforming of the surface and the agriculture aspect, but yes. It is almost complete. It is quite magnificent. They're going to do an opening ceremony here in a few weeks.
Oh. I hadn't realized it had gotten that far yet.
Is this one of Fenn's siblings or dad? I didn't catch the name.
Kessler is my brother.
Okay, Kessler, thank you.
Well,
I just called him Kess, though.
Kessler is, well, honestly, it should have been open by now, but they did come into a few hiccups. Just a little minor inconveniences, but we are very, very happy that it is going to be happening soon.
You just want Cass back.
I do. I miss him. I haven't heard an update in a few weeks, and I just want to know what is going on. I'm sure he's all right. I'm sure he's safe, but it's still been a few weeks since I've gotten a reply, and I'm sure he's busy.
Especially if they're opening in a couple of weeks. Must be madness there.
Of course, I wanted him to come and relax before all of that began, but he insisted on staying and overseeing the rest of the project through. So, unfortunately, he has taken that from your father.
Yeah.
And not let a project be finished with anyone else. Can only
To be
oversee
fair,
it.
it's a fair assumption to make that something I've started, I'm going to finish.
Of course, but at this point it is minuscule. Details. You know, invitations, announcements.
Even the tiniest little misread can change the entire text.
Hmm? Are you alluding to something?
Sorry, I think I swallowed one of those
Is that in
shrimp tails.
character or is that...
That's completely in character. He's trying to break the tension as he accidentally swallowed a shrimp tail when he was eating the full shrimp.
You're supposed to bite that off.
My dear, are you okay? Are you well?
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry.
You
He just
good?
puts it into his pocket.
Do you need help? And
Yeah,
robot and automaton comes up behind you to make sure that
I've never had shrimp before. This is my first time in a row, and I was just... A lot of this I haven't seen before.
all right.
All of this going on, Rick is just sitting there, like, gently tapping silverware onto a plate to act like he's eating.
Love him.
So tell me about these dishes. Like I don't know much about this place, and I've traveled a bit, so I'm curious to learn about anything and everything. I don't want to come across as some schmuck you met on the side of the road, Fen. I feel underprepared.
Right.
My dear, I apologize. I as much as I would love to divulge on our local dishes, I'm actually quite curious as what brought you to Auroran.
They're with me. Through my Lumen work. They're under my employment. Currently, though they are my friends.
Oh, you made friends.
Do you have to make it sound like such a surprise?
No, I'm pleasantly surprised. This isn't. I just so many. I know you and.
They all kind of came at once.
Yeah,
honestly.
it was quite the experience, and probably not the best one for. He's gonna look over to the kids as casually as Boston Jones can do anything casual.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly like a
Was it a
planned
picnic?
thing, but you know, we got together and kind of just worked. These kids are great.
That's amazing. Impressive. Fen is usually a crab inside their shell and very difficult to open up.
Tell me about it. But luckily, we're a little pushy.
Of course.
Yes, pushy like a hammer. Anyway,
Well, what is there something that your father could help you with?
no, I need to go to the academy and look into some files for the current case we are working. It's
Can he help with like people being arrested in other cities?
Oh my goodness, no. Fenn's father, Con, is more into architectural design. He built this
He's a
our
landscaper.
home and
He built the city.
not
I had to
quite
check.
On rock and roll.
landscaper.
Okay,
He's
cool.
more in charge of the design of larger buildings. He's done some of the main hall and parts of the university and some of the congressional meeting locations and a few private clients as well here and there.
Sure. You
When
just
I
stay at
said
home.
he built like half the city, I wasn't joking.
I didn't doubt you. What about you? Are you just a stay-at-home mom, or do you have your own line of work that you do?
Well, I guess you could say I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I do. I am a part of the Council for the Agriculture. I do mostly. I work with the surrounding area to make sure that the native plants are respected and well manicured. And I actually was going to head the project that Fenrana's brother is on with the oceanic observatory, but then the twins showed up and decided I couldn't divide my time between the two. Twins are a handful in of themselves. Children in general, but twins, oi.
Sure, I'm sure.
I can't even imagine, especially with how many questions these guys ask.
Mother, we are not a handful. We are more helpful than you realize. Yes, dear. Eat your peas.
Super
Whatever.
helpful, however.
You know, handful doesn't have to mean a bad thing. Sometimes a
Ramina's
handful, puts people in the right.
We absolutely adore her.
Yeah, and I raised a handful. Sometimes a handful is what people need because it makes you open your eyes and really see what's important in life.
Mother, yes, dear. Can we help? We want to help, then. Dear, I don't think this is something you can participate with.
Unfortunately, I'm
Not
going to have
just-
to agree with Mother.
I wouldn't let you guys within a yard of this. And I'm a stranger.
Ooh, is it
one's-
dangerous?
No, it's boring. A lot of paperwork. A lot of
Oh my gosh, so much paperwork.
bites his lip. Just says bunch of really boring. We got to go to her school so we can go like look through books and like what 75-year-old documents you said or something like that from an old quack.
You said the
That
wrong
old quack
thing.
was an angel.
Steph's like, that would be great. We could definitely help. We know the university back and forth. We've been with Dad at the council meetings.
Today was also our 4th or 5th 8-hour drive or longer.
Yes, dear.
Yeah.
They won't be going to the university today. So perhaps another time you can join Fen and perhaps you can give them a tour. But
I can work a tour out. However, anything related to the case, and I look at both of them, is a strict no.
How about this? How about you guys? Because we can't go in with Fen. How about you guys show us around while Fen's looking at that stuff?
we want to help Fen. Fen has the interesting tasks.
Yeah, but
Fen always has the good things. They always tell us the greatest stories. And
Yeah,
their projects
you
are
create
always
your
so
own.
interesting.
How about this? I cannot take you on this one because this one's a bit too big. It's a lot for everyone. However, I can teach you a new spell.
They both look at each other. Really?
Promise.
They look at each other. They're like, 1 minute. And then they like get up from their chairs, walk like 5 feet away, and then they get into their little huddle.
I lean over to Mother. I'll make sure it's not destructive.
Please don't. Oh, those two. And then they come back a minute later.
Mm-hmm.
You teach us each a new spell. Not the same. And you have a deal.
I can work with that.
All right. Agreed. And they sit back down and they start continuing to eat. You think you've quelled their curiosity for now?
For now.
Well,
does this place have a game room? I'd be interested to maybe play some cards or something like that once, after we're done eating.
well, we have a pool, we have a theater, we have,
We have a lot of rooms.
there are a few, I believe, game rooms. I'm sure the twins will be more than happy to show you around. Anywho, your brother will be coming home tomorrow. Excuse my manners. Harad is Fenrana's eldest brother, and
He's the one that helped me get the pots for Baldric. I point at Boston.
I believe he helped you. Oh, interesting.
For Baldric over here, he was a little bit banged up by a rather unfortunate accident, and he assisted me in getting new parts.
Well, that's lovely. Are you two speaking again?
Yes and no. It will always be complicated, but we are at least on amicable terms.
Well, if that is the best I can hope for, I can be happy with that. But he will return tomorrow. He's come away from his dealings in Rule Hall. He's unfortunately, the council is now trying to get him to join. Since they have not gotten any.
I can't remember what exactly my brother was doing in Lowell Hall. Did I know?
No. You weren't on speaking terms. You wouldn't know.
What? Sorry, sidetracked. What was he doing in Lowell Hall?
Oh, getting his feet wet. I believe he's. Well, truth be told, I'm not quite sure. I think he's trying to try out for the council position that they keep offering your father, but at the same time, he is just as disdained with it as your father, and it's, I fear he's losing focus. But there was a meeting that they asked for assistance, and it wasn't quite high priority that your father had to be there, so he went in instead.
Okay. Sorry, I'll have to talk to him when he gets back. Then see if I can corner him. Sorry, D- and the friend just like kind of like goes off into their own mind after that point, which I'm
Okay.
sure Fenn's mom knows about. They're like ticking time bomb of I gotta think things through.
Gotcha. Nash, do you return at all during this conversation?
Yeah, I wasn't sure when you wanted me back since I told you what I was kind of doing. I didn't know what length you were going to have that happen at. Yeah, he can return at any point.
Okay. Whenever you want, like, we'll say this is a good point. Nash walks in wearing a very formal-esque suit that y'all have seen before when he went to go
No.
see his... No, you haven't seen before.
No,
That's right.
You've never seen
didn't.
Nash in pants, and all of a sudden he appears in a suit.
I've seen you in pants before, an entirely different reason.
You have... Well, okay, so for the record, most of you have never seen him outside of his shorts.
Yeah, he comes back in wearing a suit, sans tie? Correct? I want to say it was like...
I don't remember if he had a tie or not.
I think it was mostly
I think very
formal.
Specifically, because if I remember correctly, whenever you were buying this on, because did you buy this on stream or is this a different set of clothes?
This is something that I did have him get on screen. Yeah.
I think you went for like formal, but not like stuffy.
Yeah, I think
Right.
it
That
was...
sounds right. Yeah, so it's a little bit more imitation of tech mogul, like, you know, white button-up, charcoal suit. The button-up is a couple of buttons down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. It's not quite all the way... Yep.
So what
no
Monson
tie.
had, but then he straightened his tie and like to the couple
There's the
buttons.
barest peak of a tattoo above the button. So yeah.
It's all pressed, and he's just walking in as Fen zones out.
Excuse me. Sorry, Emily.
Please, welcome. Sit.
I didn't know you could fit into pants.
Oh my god, I love it.
You know I could have
Like-
brought that in for you, though, right?
I just love the envisionment of he went outside to the car and got changed like in the car. Into
Oh
this.
gosh, just like knocking his head against everything.
Dunk.
I will
Car has
say,
a couple more dents.
I'm not going to explain where he got changed, but I will say he did not get changed in the car for the record. There's some logistical
Just
stuff
let
that
go.
had to have happened. But anyway.
That
Some
vehicle's
wiggling for
massive. You
those
could have
hands.
laid on the floor and done it and gotten changed if you needed to.
No, there is some logistical stuff that would have had to have happened. Anyway, sorry. It's not going to work that way. But yeah, Nash, just be a more
Close the door.
You look great. You look great.
and what's for dinner?
What?
Ma'am,
Oh.
madam, milady.
Please,
No.
help yourself.
Lady. Nelson's dying again. Oh, Nash, you look nice.
Granny's just like hiding her face right now. Just like, oh my god.
Help yourself. We have some local culture seafood and some beefsteak.
Been a while.
Just don't pull a Boston and don't try to eat the tail.
I've never had shrimp before.
It's a rookie mistake.
I've never eaten before, and I knew better than that.
You pressed through that.
Accidentally inhaled shrimp. It's fine. We're gonna rag on him for the rest of time.
Oh yes, very much so.
Nash will actually properly eat this food.
Okay.
I want to use the word attack, but I know that will give the wrong impression. But
He's being all improper.
he actually will be, yeah.
Okay. And the bots are
watching like what?
there are 2 bots that are hovering around you guys, and they will like help you with whatever you need. Your glass gets low, they refill it. Your plate gets empty, they will serve you another. Unless you wish for something different, it's just exactly the same thing you had just before. They take up the empty plate of bread and put down a fresh one. It is just constant hovering around you guys and making sure that everyone is served.
So, what do you do with the leftovers? Not to be rude. Sorry if that's rude. Just, this is a lot of food.
Saved in the kitchen, and mostly we come and take them in the middle of the night when Mother doesn't know.
There's that. The leftovers are definitely eaten in this household. But also, if anything gets too bad, we do recycle and we do compost it and prepare it for future meals. We have an entire greenhouse in the back that where we keep all of our food.
Sounds fun.
Yes, it's all maintained by robots, and it is parts of it is soil-free, hydroponics. It's an entire system. I'm actually quite proud of it. There are a few things that I developed that have helped many homes, and also made the project of the oceanic quite much more progress than it could have been.
Cool. Did you set up the greenhouse yourself, or was that like another thing that your husband did and you just like ended up taking care of it?
Mother's focus is botany and bioengineering.
Yes.
Oh.
He
So you're
designed
like-
the room, but yes.
So you probably like set up. Is the tea yours? Like, did you make that tea?
Yes.
Oh, it's delightful.
I've crossbred a few different plants together to get a unique brew. It's quite delicious and very unique.
Can
It is.
I get a cup? I would love to try.
Oh yes, of course. And you immediately, like, a fresh cup, hot brewed, is set in front of you and added with settings of milk and sugar on the sides of how you might want it. And well, I believe I will now tend to your rooms and make sure that everything is settled. Fen, it is so wonderful to see you. I'm so glad you're home. How long do you think you'll be staying?
I unfortunately don't know. Depends on how long it takes me to get through the very long list of research notes I have to go through. Also, making a few connections, and apparently talking to Hadar again.
Well, I hope you two can work things out. But in the meantime...
Stop trying to be Father's mini-me.
Well,
I know.
I really wish you would piece things with your father. He does want the best for you.
He wants to control me.
He wants you to have a life that is substantial, and to him, knowledge is substantial. Technology is a more worthy task. It's very similar. I'm sure he'll come around to see once you've come up with a few results that he could be Proud of
Speaking of results, I found there's a temple in Vorak that literally can have people send people into the dream plane. The plane of dreams.
Where's that?
I believe it was that place that was covered in green that I really wasn't a big fan of.
Oh,
The one where
Death
we all
Lady
were
worshipping
unconscious.
Place?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, my favorite place. That was
Yes.
beautiful.
it was beautiful, right? Also, they have a ritual that allowed me to go into the dream plane.
Really?
Yes, I was there.
What it? My goodness! What did you do? What? Tell me.
Mostly flew around and found them because they were unconscious.
Oh my!
And then I died. Not for real, died. Just in the dream, died. It was complicated.
Is that why
A conversation.
you were so grumpy?
Yeah, is that why I woke up to you tapping me on the face or whatever?
Is that why I wanted to
Yes.
punch him in the face?
A lot of people want to punch me in the face. It's just, I have one of those faces.
Did Boston kill a bunch of people in a dream that you may or may not have been a part in? I don't. Wait.
No,
what?
no. No, I'm fairly certain I'm the only one that died.
Yeah.
I mean, not that that's good, but like, I guess that's good, 'cause
Conversation
you're the only one
for
that
later. I don't
understands.
think the conversation for later.
I apologize.
Either way.
Who killed who? You killed our sibling?
To be fair, he didn't know it was me. I was dressed as a cop.
You were a
You a
cop in a
cop?
dream?
Uh-huh.
Wait,
Did you shoot anybody?
Very much the opposite.
Boston is just looking down at. I'm guessing they have wine or whatever, right? He's just.
It's
Wine or the tea or some drink.
you have 3 drinks in front of you: water, wine, and tea.
He's drinking all 3 of them at the same time, just like I don't want to have this conversation in front of children. This is great. This is.
Can I give you?
He has
kids
no
a tip?
idea.
What?
Can I give you kids a tip?
What? Advice? Sure.
People tend to overlook certain folks. Just remember that power comes in different ways, and there are people who are much more dangerous than they seem.
They look at each other.
there's also people
Mother,
that are a lot
I think
stronger
you
than
need
they
to
seem.
cut off.
What?
And I'm gonna look at Fen after I say that part.
I
Sorry,
didn't
what did you
hear
say?
that. What? I'm so sorry.
Granny says after, and there's also people that are a lot stronger than they think, and look at Fen.
Oh, okay.
But the kids is more important.
The twins are like, Mother, I think something's wrong with this one.
You can't talk about people like that.
What is he talking about?
It probably has to do with the case. Don't trust strangers.
The words
Just-
are plain and simple. I thought you guys were academics.
The kids look at each other.
Did you just call a bunch of children stupid?
I really did.
We and they're
Boss is
dumbfounded. They're
Cackling.
not used to being called stupid.
For the
They're
record,
like, we don't like you.
Nash did not actually say they were stupid.
He didn't call him stupid. He just said, "I thought you guys would figure that out."
Use those
No,
words.
I know. Chill. Fan,
Yeah,
your friend Nash is rude.
he doesn't try to be.
This is good tea.
They both get up.
He just wants to keep you guys to stay safe. He's got a big ol' heart, but he seems scary.
He's not scary to us.
You haven't
We know
seen
what's
him
scary.
grow fangs
You can grow fangs?
or a tail.
One of the twins knocks the other one. It's like, we don't care. That's fine.
Mhm.
You are interesting, and we respect And they just look at each other. We're going to our room. And they both walk off.
I think the respect finally ran off, Mother.
I don't mind them. They are...
Finn is just kind of cackling next to their mom.
Granny is chuckling under her breath too.
They are a complicated duo. They don't realize how young they are. They think they are just as mature as anyone else at this table, and to treat them any different can irritate them.
That's a hot pill to swallow.
Respectfully, it's going to get their shit rocked one day. Excuse me, sorry.
Unfortunately.
It is going to
Get their
them
shit
in
rocked
trouble.
one day.
Okay,
What'd you put in his tea? I want that stuff. He's gonna look over to his cup.
Kids always want to
The
get
case we're
themselves in the
currently working
war.
on, Mother, has a lot to do with kids.
Vasha just shakes her head and just they will be fine. It's not like I'm going to kick them out anytime soon.
Not every one of them was kicked out. You gotta watch them. Some were just playing on the street.
Not every one of who was kicked out.
Oh, you didn't hear the case we're currently working on has a lot to do with children, Mother. A lot, unfortunately.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Missing
I need to
children.
keep stolen children.
Experimental.
Not all of them have made it back.
Roderick,
lot
Most
of
of
them-
them haven't.
and you see a robot. You see a robot come up and it says,
Aldrich, it's all sorry.
at the same time that Baldric says yes, the robot from behind says yes as well. Please increase security around the premises. Just a little. We don't need to alert the twins, and they are not grounded, but let's have a perimeter walk around. Yes, madam. And the robot scurries off. Well,
Don't mean to scare you. Just
I mean to
They're
scare you.
looking for
Please
kids
keep
with
them
power.
locked up.
that is it's unsettling, but I appreciate the note of advance. This must be a very hard case for you.
It is certainly interesting. And rather daunting.
There's a
I
lot.
can't go too much into details.
Of course.
Your friend has saved quite a few kids' lives.
And also
If-
knocked a couple out.
That is true.
They were
Ben's
adults.
done a great job, though.
They've
And they've killed a couple.
We wouldn't be here without them.
I'm gonna throw something at Baldric before he even remotely gets that out.
also kill, and as I was saying, kill one of the plates lands in Baldric's jaw.
Okay. Glad that wasn't the fine China.
Definitely something metal.
Well, again, I'm very happy to see you, Fen. I'm glad you're here, whatever the circumstances, and keep an eye on the twins and make sure that they are only up to moderate mischief. And please, this home is yours. Stay as long as you need, as long as you wish. Of course, Baldric and the others are all to your service.
Baldric,
So,
you mean? You did.
Roderick?
You called it Baldric.
oh, I think I said
You
Bod.
did. You said Baldric.
Roderick. Roderick is Roderick and stuff is at your service, so I'm gonna go check on the rooms. Please take your time. Do not think you need to finish just at my for me. So I will take my leave. And she stands up and walks out of the room. You hear the echoes of her feet as she goes through the doors and out to the main hall.
Boston takes that piece of shrimp and you realize the full shrimp. He just tosses it back in his mouth. There's... What the fuck's exactly wrong with you and your little siblings?
Bean!
It takes a lot for me to give a damn, believe it or not. And having you arguing with your mother when we're at this fantastic table and all this reminds me back of my home, and I don't like that at all. So if there's something that you need to address, we should be probably well aware. So that way either we can assist or get the fuck out. Maybe that's just me talking.
No, that was really awkward.
Fair. My brother Harad is a miniature version of my father. Same cynical degradation of anything I find of value. I'm wasting away my life by pursuing magic and history.
That just doesn't make sense to me. Like,
So-
how can your father be telling you that? Like,
Because
He's
it's not
your
an
dad.
advancement. It's
doesn't
not
fucking
something...
matter.
Father's
like
view of
it.
the world is very narrow. Unless there is something that can be brought new of information you have learned, it's useless.
And that's literally what you're doing.
Not so much. I'm looking into the history of how magic and technology diverged, what happened when technology started taking over and becoming the main focal point. Magic
That's still
seemingly
knowledge.
disappeared. Yes,
But
It's still
not
knowledge.
new.
You were finding something. It doesn't matter if it's not new. We can learn stuff from the past.
Oh, I 100% agree. Trust me, I was a very different person before I discovered religion. And religion's pretty fucking old.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, the point of being a parent is to push your child forward and support them in what they want. See, I supported mine. I was a little too harsh on him and pushed him a little too hard into something they even slightly showed interest in. But they're not supposed to be exact copies of us. Our kids are supposed to be something new. So, your dad's an idiot.
yes, but anyway, that's Father and Harad. Kelsar is mother's mini-me. We mostly have a neutral relationship.
So, like, you just don't see eye to eye with these siblings? I don't get how, like, because they're your parents' mini-me's. Like, do they look down on you?
Father looks down on my profession, and therefore Harad looks down on me. Yes. I am
I can't wait
the
for him
black
to meet
sheep.
the rest of us.
Fucking hell, if one of my kids start acting that way, oh, you can bet your ass they'd be digging holes.
Digging holes?
Unfortunately, he is Father's favorite. He followed into his line of work, the whole nine. He is literally a miniature
jealous of
version
that?
of our father and second best at everything he does. Which kind of makes me a bit happy. This is where the tension comes.
Do you love your dad?
That is far more complicated than a
It's
single question, unfortunately. I
Do you
don't
think
know.
your dad actually loves you?
I do not know.
Have you asked him?
I haven't had a conversation with that man that was not devolving into backhanded comments since I was 16.
Well, unfortunately for you, we are here. So, if he is too much of an ass, we won't stay quiet. Like with your mom, it was just you guys arguing. I needed it.
Me and Mother didn't argue. It's more of she tries to keep the peace between a very complicated family.
I will be right back.
I'm gonna say this. You made me promise not to intervene if I ever did meet your folks. So either you resolve it, or I will have to excuse myself, and I don't know when I'm gonna come back. In the premises, obviously, I'm not like leaving, never coming back, but just because I will not keep my cool if I have to deal with bullshit, as previously shown.
I think it's just best we don't interact with my father.
Oh, I do want to talk to him.
Oh,
But-
please don't, though.
I can be friendly.
I know you can be friendly. I, however, cannot.
Isn't that ironic?
I feel like
He smiles.
that is a strong word for you, Boston.
I haven't. He has been playing with his lighter like how I've been this entire time, but he hasn't. Like, listen, I haven't done. I've been on my best behavior. I have been in the past like 24 hours. It's like I've been clean. I've been good.
Absolutely, and I would describe your behavior as cordial more than friendly.
Cordial, thank you. You gotta give me one of those calendars that have a word for the day, sort of thing, so I can expand my vernacular. Is that right?
I promise you, they're not synonymous.
Please do not give him one of those. It would make him far too petulant.
Do you know what petulant means, Boston?
I hate it.
Or Nash?
Yes?
I'm learning new things today. Anyway,
He takes another one of the shrimp shell and all and just eats it. He's like, I fucking love shrimp. Don't make me spit up anymore.
you know, you're supposed to take the tails off, right?
I like the crunch.
Fair? I mean, it's not going to do anything bad to you.
Yeah, nah, it's just calcium, right?
Well, I mean, to be fair, they're literally just a B version of an insect.
Yeah, I've eaten plenty of bugs too.
Were they cooked?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my lord. Any other questions, concerns I can potentially alleviate right now? Also, Nash, you look very nice. Just as a side note.
Yeah, sorry about that comment. That was a little mean.
That being
Just 'cause
said,
you have
if
really
you're
thick
not
thighs.
comfortable like that, you can change back into your other clothes.
Clothes won't make me more comfortable here.
That's fair. I'm sorry.
I'm surprised the twins didn't talk more about your outfit.
The twins are vicious. To be fair.
Exactly.
They tried to be.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Only
it's
'cause
going to
the-
get their shit rocked someday.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help.
Yes and no. Auroran, I unfortunately was very much like them. I've calmed down a lot.
I'm just saying, then if they run into a group of people like us,
How
As-
many groups of people do you think there are like us in Auroran?
if they're trying to go into your line of work and leave Auroran, if they go to anywhere else, if they come across, they will not be nearly as cordial, I think, as Baldric would say, as myself or Nash. Or Ramina, for that matter.
I do believe there's quite
Probably
a few
not.
groups of assholes in Auroran.
I mean, think about that guy who tried to kill Nash just because we were talking trash about that bar.
That was not an Auroran. That was Itheros.
I know, but they're gonna have to leave Auroran at some point.
Assholes are everywhere.
You'd
It's not
be
like they
surprised.
cloister and tighten in on places, you know? Like,
There are more than one
Also-
type of asshole, too, to be fair.
There is,
Yeah.
for certain.
Also, don't talk to your dad, which is literally like
Asshole 101.
he could be one of those assholes. You know, you don't know. He just hasn't smacked you around. He hasn't smacked you around, right?
No.
Okay. Just had to make sure, real quick.
Fair. No, he has not. No, Father's way of getting back at you is mostly to just show a forced value of money. He'll buy you out.
I would love to see him try to meet my bid. I'm just saying, we'll just never say no to money.
We're aware.
Who taught this asshole sarcasm? When did I miss that programming session?
He's
I
been
mean,
like this
you
since
were-
I met him, so I think it was you.
I do
Have a fuck.
believe
Yeah, weren't you one of the
this
first
changed
humans he met?
Real quick, outside of it is canon that the first time Rick was ever in a car with you guys, he pranked Nash.
Yes, he did.
I don't even remember that, to be honest with you.
I actually don't remember that either.
Was it? No.
I don't remember what it was, but I do remember like fucking with Nash instantly.
Was it on the way to Vorak?
Yeah, it's in my notes. If we go back
Okay,
to the first
okay.
pages, I'm sure.
Okay. Then, at this point, you spot out of your peripheral, back in the far sides of the room, a familiar little mechanical bird just flittering around. It's a hummingbird, going back and forth, forwards, sideways.
Hmm.
You know what this is.
Yeah.
This is a device that the twins have used before when they want to know what's
on
going on. Yes, when they wish to spy on someone. You don't know how long it's been here, but you just now noticed it.
Spying eyes get plucked out.
The hell are you talking about?
Do we see what they're talking about? If they
And I'm gonna
Point it
look
out.
over at it. I'm not pointing out or anything like that. I'm just discreetly looking over at it, seeing what its reaction is.
It turns, it flutters side to side, up, down, and then goes out towards the greenhouse, which is behind the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Interrogation time. And I'm gonna go out.
do you want us to follow, or do you want us to wait? Do you want us?
Oh, I'm not waiting on this. I'm following.
Don't interfere, but you can follow.
That's no. Do you need a knife? I got that. I got the fire knife. If you want to try to threaten them.
It's my siblings.
I didn't. I'm an only kid, so I don't.
No, I don't need a knife.
Okay, sure.
Who follows?
I'm eating this food. It's awesome.
Is he just like carrying a plate, or is he staying there?
Oh, come on.
You can stay there if you want to, buddy.
I'm trying to. I think he'll stay.
Anybody else?
I was reading back through the notes to try and find something about way back when, and I may have missed where part of the people went.
My
I'm
siblings
gonna
are
go
spying
torture
on
them.
us, and I'm gonna go figure out how much they know.
Yeah.
And Granny's following because she thinks it's hilarious.
Boston is deciding to eat the good food. That's astoundingly good.
Nash is gonna stay back and drink some tea, I think.
Okay. Baldric?
Oh, I said I was going to go with them.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. So two of you stay back. The three of you go head on up towards the twins' rooms, or room, the one they share. You guys, how do you enter, or how do you make your presence known?
Oh, I'm just walking in. They have no privacy. They decided to invade mine. They have none.
Okay, so you just walk in. As soon as Fenrana opens the door, you see a room that's sort of split down the middle, kind of, but at the same time, it looks very blended and together. One side is a aqua blue color, the other one is a little more of a teal seafoam, but it is very reminiscent of the rest of the house. However, they do have somewhat of their own unique aspects to this room. One is it's got more lace, a lot more flowers, and jellyfish are reminiscent on the walls. They look like they are moving. The other one has more stingrays, more solid, broad stripes, colors. The setup is to be mutual use. They have their separate beds, which are very large. You almost suspect them to be each in a king size, to have a king size bed. One is cradled in a clam shape, with an overhang over the top, and then drapes like mosquito net, blue mosquito net draping down. The other one is more anchor ship types display, but also has its own mosquito net in more of a lighter blue color. And they are separated. One is in a reading chair, little reading corner, and the other one is on their bed.
Insight check. I want to know where they just were. Not even like the insight check.
Investigation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actively looking through the room to figure out where they just scattered from.
Go ahead and roll.
Ooh, not the bestest, but let's see. Investigation. It's only a 12. I rolled a 7.
Well, if it beats it, it beats it. So the 12 is what you needed.
Let's go!
Yay!
You've been in this room before. This is the twins' room. Not much has changed. The decor is slightly because the one twin, they've gotten older. The one twin has decided to be she, they instead of they, them. So it has been designed to reflect that. And designing is quite easy in this household. You could decide on a new appearance every week, and it wouldn't be easy, nonchalant, just happen. You notice the desk that they share, that is between the two beds and off to the side of the wall, and kind of has a horseshoe round display where they each have their own sides facing their beds, and there is one mouse that is still connected by a cord that is hanging off. And one of them, a headpiece, a wraparound, kind of like a VR type thing, is not in its cradle, while the other one is.
Mm-hmm. So which one of you was watching?
They look at you. What do you mean?
Should I list all the things that are wrong in this room, or are you going to tell me?
Roll an intimidation.
Do I get advantage because I'm the older sibling?
Scary grandma behind with a spiky vest. Just kidding.
I was gonna say you don't
Also, I'm not saying I haven't used command on them before, but I'm not saying I did. I most definitely use command on them to like halt. You're not going anywhere.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and add that as an intimidation. So yeah, advantage.
That is not a D12. 20. That is a D12. I was like, wait, what? Okay, so that they show 19.
Okay, let's go. Ziv speaks up. It was Ziv. Ziv comes, looks up from their book in the corner. Tattletale.
How much did you hear?
I'm not. You guys are weird.
Tell me about it.
Adults are typically weird when through the scope of children. Yes.
We just heard about how you guys like talk and do things together, and just
Before or after Mother left?
Oh, mom wasn't there. She went off to do stuff. But that's all. I swear.
Might I suggest something? And I'm gonna summon Cesar at that moment. Get one of these.
Ooh. Ziv gifts up
That's
from
a
their
spell
bed.
that you're gonna teach him? Is that the spell you're gonna teach him?
I'm one of them.
And the other
Ziv
one's
comes up.
power word kill.
Yep, there we go. He knows my plan.
Ziv gets up from their bed and walks over. Ooh. Is it corporeal?
I set it up to where he can come off on my arm and interact.
And it hops down to your hand, and Ziv puts their hands up and starts to touch it. Oh, it's real! Ziv, it's real! Ziv gets up, puts their book down, and walks over, and they both start touching the nose, touching the feathers. Oh wow, this is cool! Did you summon it? Did you have to give blood?
I did not have to give blood. Just a little bit of incense.
Really? We have incense? That's so cool.
That being said, I teach you this spell. You use it against me, I end you. Looking at both of them.
They look at each other, contemplating this. They're like, can we use it on your friends?
Not in their rooms.
We know you haven't been friends for long.
Yes.
What if they're not friends? What if they're not honest?
They're my friends.
You know,
Okay.
you can go through a lot of stuff with someone and not know everything about them. But if you can trust someone with your back, I would say that makes them a friend. Like, I know that Fenn's got my back, but I also know that there's stuff about Fenn I don't know. And I might never know.
I didn't know about our family before they came here. I kind of bullied them into, not even bullied, surprised them with the fact that we live here.
You didn't tell them where we live?
They knew Auroran. They didn't know the kind of house we lived.
Well, that's obvious.
I'm gonna flick whoever said that in the forehead.
That would be Ziv. Ow! Well, Well, okay. We won't use it in their rooms.
All the rest of the house is fair game.
Just, we'll make sure to pass along not to talk about some things. We'll keep it PG.
You mean your
How about
project? Your case?
Unfortunately, yes. My case.
You know, if
Some-
I could tell you, like, it would be fun, but it's...
Ramita, please.
We're very good at
Well,
what
it'd
we
be
do.
fun for me. But it's not something that
This one's too dangerous.
concerns you guys right now. I don't even want my own kids to be part of this, and my kids can handle themselves.
Did they tell you how we can look like each other? Like more so than normal.
I mean, I've seen Fen with a different face entirely, so I can imagine.
Yeah, Fen taught us that.
Oh, your mom probably hates that, huh?
She always figures it out. we think it's either smell or sound, auditorial. We're not sure, but we'll confuse her.
Well, once you get to that day, come back to us and I'll bring you in on one of my cases.
Are you working for Lumen too? Are you a Lumen?
She technically works for me.
Yeah, kind of helping out right now.
Oh, Fen, you have employees?
Yes, I have 4 of them.
Oh. Do they do what you tell them to?
Absolutely not.
Sometimes.
Almost never.
I mean,
I must side with
I cut
Baldric on
back.
this one.
on drinking.
Only after we had an intervention.
Twice. One with combat.
What is combat? We got into a bar fight.
Ooh, you got into a bar fight?
Yes.
Fen killed
Those are
people
fun.
again.
Oh, that's not the one we need to talk about.
Fen didn't kill anyone in there. Everyone in that bar walked out alive. It was you and I that were going a little crazy at the end there.
Fen killed someone. I know.
To be fair,
I mean, it's not confirmed.
they were trying to kill me first.
So
It's not confirmed that it was
self-defense?
Fen.
Not the first time.
I'm gonna throw something at Baldric again. I don't know what.
I
Something
don't know
out of
what
my
you're
pocket.
The child.
You're like,
Yeah, Civ just gets flying.
You take the book that Civ had, that Civ was holding, and throw it at Baldric. Well, you know, we can get into Father's databases if you need it.
Unfortunately, Father's information is not what I need.
Okay.
This
Well.
is actually more to do with Harad, seeing as he's been in Lull recently. So if you can bully him into talking to me, that'd be great.
Yeah, we can do that. We know secrets.
use them.
Okay. Well, Mom told us that we have to stay in our rooms for a couple of days. She didn't say why.
Are you grounded?
No. But we can't leave without an escort.
In this situation, this is one of the times where it's kind of important to listen to your mom. But
Really important you listen to Mom on this one.
Boston actually.
Like,
does
no
this.
playful, no nothing. Finn is like dead serious with this one.
yeah, especially with us being here right now.
All right. Well, you'll tell us about it later, though, right?
Once it's all dealt with, I will have the best story.
You still have to tell us about your dreams.
I
About the
started
dreams-
drowning.
Right, but you said you. What about the one you got shot in?
Actually, it wasn't my dream. I didn't go to sleep. I was in someone else's dream.
And Fen has very little memory of any of that, if I recall, right? Like they have like
Ben is the only one that has any memory of that.
Yeah, Granny does not remember anything.
No. Fen and Boston are the only ones that remember
Yeah.
that.
I think
Everyone
so.
else
Everyone
forgot.
else forgot.
it's like
Yeah.
the first. I think it was like my third or fourth Metro 20 the entire campaign. Or like the first 30 sessions, it was very frustrating.
Yeah.
Of all the things for you to get a natural 20 on.
I know.
I remember.
Let me forget, damn it! Anyway.
Let's take a break here. It is our halfway mark, and we will come back with the crew and see what other hijinks they are up to. Thank you. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Are you there? It is me. I am here. You have some twins, right? At Fenn's house. So we shall be seeing how they adapt to the coming consequences of the party's actions. Don't mind me. I'm just over here watching. With this. Now, let's see what trouble we can get up to. And help me welcome the cast and crew of Breaking Character. Khajiit has wares.
Khajiit is dead.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are back from our break.
Would you like to buy
Last
some
week.
skooma?
No.
I'm lost. What
Fucking
cash
delicious.
am I-
Have you guys made that recipe from the book?
I have
You're the only
not.
one here that has the book.
It's basically apricot vodka that doesn't taste anything like vodka. Like it is as dangerous as
That sounds
one could imagine skooma.
Oh no.
Maybe we should.
So at this point, the twins are being confronted by their older sibling after sneaking and spying on the crew to try and get as much information as they could. But they only
And
got
all they
the
got
last-
was us BSing.
Yeah, all they got was you guys arguing over whatever the hell.
Basically them asking what Fenn's situation with their family is.
Yeah, or learning the tea that the kids already know. With Fen agreeing to not only teach them 2 spells, 1 each, but also providing the insight of what kind of spell that they are going to be
One of
learning.
them at least.
One of them, yes. And with
I haven't
Baldric
decided on
and
the other one yet.
Ramita standing by with their peanut gallery commentary.
Telling my
At this-
siblings that I fucking murdered people.
Stop murdering people.
I literally only murdered 2.
That
And they at the same time.
So many of your own type of people to have killed. Baldric hasn't killed any robots.
At this point,
Yes.
You hear a knock on the door. Excuse me, am I intruding?
No, just giving them a little example of what I'm going to be teaching them later.
Wonderful. Your room's all ready. And Fen, I tidied up your old room. I assume you will be taking that.
Thank you, Mother.
Yes. Children, school, bedtime. Mother. Serious.
I can't go to school. I can't teach you anything.
We don't want to go to school. We want to stay homeschooled.
Fair.
Yeah, but if you stay
However-
homeschooled, you end up like your siblings.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I don't have a defense.
We like. The twins are just as flabbergasted as Fen is. They're like, how dare?
These are my friends. It's fine.
Ziv leans in forward. Better.
I've learned recently that I'm not the best at interacting with people. You should probably learn that now, before you get to my age, where it's a lot harder to interact.
Twins look at each other. Why would we need to interact with others? We have each other and father and mother. We have our computers, our IDs.
There comes a point when you need to communicate, when you're gonna need to communicate with people outside of the family, unfortunately. As much as I've tried to keep it family only, you gotta talk to others, and it sucks. So might as well be good at it.
Ziv and I already make emails, recommendations, or not recommendations. We already communicate with the council.
That's very different to interacting with regular people.
Yeah, like no one on the council is like Baldric or I, or the other two, I assume.
We have Roderick.
Well, but is Baldric? Does Roderick pull pranks on you guys?
Okay. No, we don't think so. They look at each other. Has Roderick pulled a prank? They're really thinking about this. Like,
If
what
he
kind of
does,
humor?
well, you may not have noticed.
Then is it a prank?
Certainly.
Certainly, he says. I've come to learn rather recently that there are a lot of different types of people out there, and they are helpful and useful in different ways. Being able to talk to them and interact with them helps immensely with getting their help. And you will always need someone's help.
Well, okay. Well, they both kind of just would rather talk about something else now.
Anyway, I'm beat, so thank you for making up rooms. I would love to go to bed.
Certainly. Let me show you yours. And you follow Fen's mother down the hall, and she's able to show you your room. It's not quite as themed as the rest of the estate, but it does have a very nice, comfy decor to it. It is white and blues, but it is simple fabric, linen, basic desk and dresser, closet, and a little balcony.
This is very nice. Thank you.
I'm glad it suits you. Excuse me, I have to take care of some other things, but don't be afraid to let Roderick know if you need anything via this menu screen. And you see a LED screen off on the wall.
Gonna nod at it, like thinking to myself, "There's no way I'm gonna be able to navigate that." She'd be like,
"Yeah, sure, totally. I will use that. Never touching it."
Well,
Or she's gonna find out how to accidentally access all their credit cards and like buy everything. One or the other.
Well, good evening. She walks out and closes the door behind her. Headed downstairs towards Boston and Nash.
What would you do if you had this much?
Tails?
It's a weird texture thing. I like it. It's weird.
I've never seen anybody eat the tails.
Really?
Yeah, no one likes the crunch. It's a forbidden
Right.
crunch.
Inedible. Like, they're
Yeah.
properly indigestibly inedible.
Baldric, where are you?
Oh, I'm not there. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm with them. I'm everywhere, don't you know?
I was gonna
Baldric
say,
is fucking Schrodinger's android.
choose a location. I will DM whatever.
And,
Choose a
Baldric in his mind just like thinking about that, be like, gosh.
What a weirdo.
What a strange man we work
Back home, they would have a small shrimp that you could get, and when you don't know what your next meal is, you just kind of eat the whole thing.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I need the mom to walk in right then.
What would you do? Can you imagine on this much money? Like, holy shit. Like, looking up at all of this.
I don't like it.
It is a little much. Like,
I mean, I'm sure it's nice, but
oh yeah, but
At that moment, she walks in. If you're ready, your room's are ready.
oh,
I can show you to your rooms.
that would be delightful. Thank you.
Yes.
Unless you're not ready to go, Nash. I'm just about ready.
I'm just enjoying the tea. Do I take the cup, leave the cup? I don't know what you're...
It's all right. I can have Roderick bring you a fresh cup to your room.
Sure. Yeah. That'll be good, I guess.
Certainly. She motions you to follow and turns around and heads back into the main hall and up the stairs and down the hall and shows you two separate rooms. Each individual just the same as what Ramita encountered, just a basic bed, like... I hear it echo.
It's from Ramita.
Oh, buddy.
I'll be back.
Oh, she like left.
Completely left. Okay.
Yep.
Well.
Well, it's probably a restart. But basically, just 4-post bed and sheets, linens, different, similar setup: white, blues, teals, greens, etc. Each with their own little balcony, if I remember correctly, of the blueprint.
You said
that I
balcony.
saw. Yeah. So
They should, I think.
yeah, I think so. You guys, second.
Second. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Because technically the basement is like partially in above on some of them.
right. But they're
yeah,
still.
no, so this is the second floor. Yeah, second floor.
The
That's where all
bedrooms
the
are still
bedrooms.
on the second floor. Yeah.
Yes.
So she took you upstairs to the second floor. The dining room was on the ground floor, and your rooms are right next to each other. I believe I can place them in the front of the house, so you're able to.
So basically they're above the garage. They're
Okay.
for the 4 bedrooms that you're describing, at least.
Right,
With
and
balconies.
they are facing the front of the house, so they can look outside and see where the car is. Right.
So with
No.
them, it's so there's sitting living rooms in between two different bedrooms on the two different sides of it. Both have their own bathroom. There's a kitchenette and the whole nine on both sides. So basically, one living quarter has a bedroom here, living whatever area here with the kitchenette, and then another bedroom on the outside. Both with like windows and balconies facing out opposite ways. So one is facing into the courtyard, one is facing out to like the gardens.
Okay, so one of you is able to see the car, the other one is looking at towards the backyard, essentially. She says, "I hope this is to your liking. If there's anything you need, you can message Roderick. You can message Roderick at any point. Him and his staff will get you anything you need. Your tea will be up soon. He'll have a fresh pot for you. I'm going to retire for the evening. You are welcome to go anywhere you please in the estate, including the kitchen if you need a late night snack. My husband occasionally goes down there to think. He will not be in, at least for another couple of days. But I'll be sure to make sure you all get to meet when he does arrive. I'm sure he'll be pleasant to meet some of friends' newfound family, as it were."
I appreciate your hospitality, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good evening. She turns around, dress flowing, follows her, and she heads off to the master, which I think is on the ground floor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a private tower.
Does it always feel like she's slightly annoyed at us?
I don't think she's happy. Is that just me, or do you think that as well?
I can't tell if we're the problem or if life is the problem, but it feels like there's a problem.
I mean,
Right?
Yeah. I think the one thing we can learn from this is that money doesn't make you happy.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, if I recall, you did have a bit of it, not this much, before the slammer.
I had, well,
A bit, not this shitload, but
yeah, I did. I mean, I did well. I did
Yeah.
well, for the record, but like, not
were you happy?
palatial estate and you know,
Yeah.
buy a country wealth. No, I didn't have that. And I don't know how you get that without being a total fuckwad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair. I mean, also, being born into it, or yeah. But were you happy then?
I mean, have you ever heard the story of Icarus?
I didn't go to school, so probably not.
Long story short, there's a kid and this old guy, right?
Sure.
Old guy, they got trapped by somebody evil or whatever, right? And the old guy helped the kid build wings. Kid was good at it. In fact, took off. And, felt joy for the first time. Really. And became so overwhelmed by the joy, he started making poor decisions. And he made worse and worse decisions, but somehow still gained height until his wings no longer worked, and he fell all the way to the ground. But that moment of free fall felt like freedom, so he laughed all the way down, only realizing his fate moments before his own demise. Sort of like that. Does that
I think so. They teach that story in school?
No.
Oh, okay. I think that makes sense. Yeah, I get that.
Somebody important to me told me that.
He is. It's an interesting one to be sure.
The good ones
Speaking
are.
of Speaking of she's, I probably should let Amelia know that we got here. She wanted to see this place because we're also curious to see where Fen came from. If you want to chat about anything, I've got no real plans for this evening. Maybe some exercise and maybe some scripture, but then off to bed for me.
I mean, this place, and there's a good bit of distance between this house and the surrounding houses, correct?
Yes, like acres.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You don't think you saw another house
On the road up
mean-
here.
like you might have seen one, but yeah, then there was like almost nothing else after that.
Fields and crops and
I might do some stargazing.
From your balcony or somewhere else?
Balcony doesn't have the greatest view.
That's true.
It's better than most things, but how tall is this building?
It is 2 stories tall, but it is.
technically. It has 3 in certain areas.
There is a third area, but it doesn't.
It's not in your room.
Where's the staircase to the third? Is it visible from the main hall?
It is. Well,
Okay.
kind of, sort of. It's
somewhere they could find it, right? It's not hidden.
without knowing what it is, not likely.
Let me look.
So that's the wrong one. This one. So first floor, you cover entry over to the side there, not the where the garage, but the opposite side. There's that set that goes up to
Okay.
the second
Yeah,
floor,
I see it.
and then goes up to the third bonus floor open bay thing.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Which is
there.
going to be up top.
My question.
It would be.
So real quick, stairs do not factor into my decision. Just height of the building.
Just so you know, like if you were to look for stairs, you're not gonna find them right away.
Height of building.
Not gonna leave his balcony. Well, he's gonna.
Are you going to climb my house?
No.
It's glass, bro.
I think
no,
he's.
not. Anyway, if you want to join me, I'll be. And he's gonna probably grab a pillow and a small blanket. And he's gonna standing leap to the top of your house. Not standing leap, but take like 3 steps on this balcony. I assume this balcony is 5 feet-ish wide.
I'm sure it's
Probably.
bigger. This thing is nonsense. This house is
Yeah,
Based,
no,
on,
it's
based
a.
on the house, 5 is all I need. It can be bigger than that. But as long as it's 5, then I'm good.
Yeah.
What? How do we discover the jump for people? Because I think Nash have the same strength modifier.
Oh, you do, but also.
That is also true.
Barbarian and his bullshit.
That's true. But also athlete feet.
Nash can currently jump 23 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I can jump 19 if Boston wanted to. If it's your athletics plus your strength modifier, right? Was that how it works?
No.
No? Oh.
No, it was, I think we decided it was strength mod +3 or something like that. So
So that's still 19.
No. Modifier, not the number.
Oh.
So that would be 7.
Nash has some extra shit going on.
That's right, because...
Yeah.
But still, jumping 7 feet up in the air isn't terrible. But...
I was going to say,
Oh, that
there's
is so
no way you're
spectacular.
matching me, my friend. It is a class ability
Yeah, no.
that allows me to do what I am
Fair
doing
enough.
currently.
Fair enough. I thought you said a strength modifier. I'm like, that's not terrible, but yeah. So
No.
I'll take 7 feet.
I
can. You can jump a fence with that, but you can't climb a building like Hank McCoy from the X-Men.
Nash can leap tall buildings with a single bound.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was dealing with green Superman over there.
No, he's like the Hulk. He can jump pretty high.
It's pretty great.
No, it's
Nonsense.
if he rolls, it is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. So yeah, I was able to add use this ability to add 17 feet to my jump.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I was rolling for.
No, you clear the roof and are able to arc up over to a very safe landing spot.
So Nash is gonna pick a spot and camp out on the roof.
Okay.
With the extra security now monitoring my house.
He has not been informed of that, to be fair. So,
Also doesn't know what the extra security is, and I mean,
He doesn't know security enough to know that it is extra.
yeah. I rarely are people patrolling the rooftops and not the grounds. Like, you know what I mean?
I might ask the droid to bring me an ashtray, if possible, or something equivalent to an ashtray, so when I'm on this balcony, I'm not just leaving cigarette butts all over this very nice house.
You talk to you summon Roderick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With the knowledge of your intent, he says, I shall be back. And a few moments later returns with we'll say like a hovering Roomba. It is constantly inhaling air from the top and pushing out the back. And then the underneath has a lit LED circular that keeps it up in the air hovering. It is designed, you suspect, designed to not just ingest the ashes as you flick it into the ashtray, but also to possibly suck in the smoke that you exhale after every breath, as it is within 2 feet of you, hovering around in a circle.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Will there be anything else you need?
Just a question. Do you think that the relationships between the family members is pleasant?
Define pleasant.
How often do they typically leave rooms in a more frustrated, slamming, like doors sort of mentality?
The children slam doors all the time. They appear to find amusement in it on occasion. Is that
This
what
is
you
the
mean?
part where I cut in and say Roderick thinks it's only the twins as kids anymore. We are simply that his charges otherwise.
I'm referencing more of like Fenrana and the older siblings, the other lords and the other nobles of the house, not just the parents.
Of the adults, you mean?
Yeah.
With measuring the temperature, heart rate, blood pressure, and audible tone of voice, I would say the relations between the adults of the household are what's the word?
Adversarial?
No.
Precarious.
That. Precarious at best.
I just went with the A sound you have. I was like,
yeah.
A.
I see. That is all.
Please be aware they are quite loyal and responsible.
Sure, I wasn't questioning anyone's loyalty. I'm just curious on behaviors.
Affection seems to dissipate after the children go upon choice of careers.
But from a scientific standpoint, with all the heart rates and all that shit, you would say that there's still... love doesn't really have an affection, I don't think, or like, right, isn't a thing, but would you say that the master of the house cares for his kids, or has he said anything otherwise?
The master always considers the well-beings of all the members of his unit.
I thought. Have a good night.
Good evening. And they turn around and exit out.
Yeah.
Going back to Fen and Baldric with the twins. Do you teach them the summoning spell?
I'm gonna get them set in the right direction for now, and then actually like teaching them because they need to get to sleep tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna get them like the circle and all of the base materials without any actual instructions. Just memorize this before tomorrow.
Okay. All right, absolutely. Good night, Fanny. They both reach up to give you a hug.
Come both back. Good night, you gremlins. Have a good one.
Good night, old hag.
You gremlin. Anyway.
And they both giggle and run into their beds.
And I'm gonna start making my way to my room. Baldric, do you have any particular room you would like to stay in? Or do you want one of your own?
I have no preference on that, actually.
Helpful. You can always stay in the adjoined room to mine for tonight if you want. Since I
Sure,
think Mother
that's
is assuming you're coming with me.
I would absolutely, if that's what's simplest.
Right, and then I'll make my way up to my room.
Unless there's anything else anyone wants to do, we will jump over to the same morning.
Long rest, let's go.
Let's go. Long rest.
Nope, wrong button. That button. There we go.
Long rest.
Let's
I got
go.
my one.
You got your what?
My one hit point
Nice.
from when
Okay.
Boston punched me.
I don't think I did anything the entire time. I didn't spend anything.
You guys rolled so well for the trip up. There was like no encounters. Like
We love it. We love it so
Yeah.
much.
so close with a 6. Almost with a 6, but the rest of the
I mean,
Anywho.
you can make the encounters happen anyway.
That is
I
true.
mean, yeah.
possibly, yes. But
When the DM gets bored, the party is in trouble.
That is the thing. Doggo, stop. All right, so next morning, y'all wake up, and there is a notice on the little panel that was instructed to all of you, saying breakfast is ready.
Cool. I'll make my way down to the dining room, assuming everyone else is going to join me eventually.
Kids are already down there. They're eating.
I'm gonna open the door and see if I remember how to get down there.
Do you want to roll for it?
Heck yeah.
Ramita's going to go on a little adventure in my house. It's fine.
What is
Okay.
the worst that could happen?
That is a 6.
Oh no. Ramita, the hallway is so big. The walls, the rooms, the doors, they all look the same. You're turned around. You don't know if you came from the left or the right. And you effectively get lost.
Heck yeah. Gonna choose a direction and head that way.
Yeah. You go down, go past the study, you see stairs, you're like, I remember going upstairs, but I also remember going downstairs. So you go to the stairs, you find yourself on the roof, and you're like, no.
This is not where I was supposed to be.
Why is there a pillow out on the roof?
You end up in the basement, and you're like, the pool, I remember the pool. And you go across, and you're all over the place. You are effectively 30 minutes late. By the time you finally get around, everyone has already joined in.
That's questionable because did Nash go back to his room eventually?
Yeah, Nash, did you sleep on the roof?
You know that boy fell asleep on the roof? Absolutely.
That cold winter, like that cold mountainous air is to die for.
Oh yeah, no, it's
so now
cold.
the question is, did Granny wake up Nash in her?
I mean,
And
he,
Wandering.
he's in, he would be,
Boston would have
I
invited
do
him
think-
for scriptures probably, because I'm sure they do that together every morning since the pandemic.
they do some sort of prayer or something usually.
Some sort of ritual stuff, yeah.
He would have probably woken up early in the morning due to the light. Like
Mhm.
whenever you're camping, whenever you're outside, you wake up insane early. So like, I
Yeah,
don't think
you would
he's
have woken
sleeping
up
through.
before the rest of the
Yeah.
Mhm.
He would have had a moment where he, because getting up was easy. Jumping down is a little bit more difficult. So there would have been some time where he was trying to figure out, like, groggy morning brain, like, how do I get down?
How do I get back in?
Be like a cat in the tree. Meow! I got up here, get me down!
Do I just
Boston.
jump down? Do I don't know. Whatever.
By the way, it was a cold night. It was
Way
cold.
up in the mountains, baby.
He did not, for the record, he had not changed out of his suit, so he actually was wearing
Clothes.
more
Clothing,
clothing
yeah.
than he normally would have been.
Okay,
So he
fair.
did stay a little bit warmer, but suits are not terribly warm.
No, they are not.
So
Not unless they're wool. Not unless they're made of wool.
and at the time he did not have that much money, and I'm sure wool in this world is expensive. I don't know why I get that, but that's what I get. So
Depends where you get it from, probably too.
yeah, so it probably wasn't a wool suit. It was probably a synthetic.
Were you up there the entire night? Like he's gonna.
Boss is gonna poke his head out and see Nash still trying to get the fuck down.
you doing? Anyway, breakfast.
Why
Then we all,
wouldn't you
yeah.
be out there all night. It's better than this weird room with all its obligations and What is the rest of you? Did you sleep okay in here?
It was probably the most comfortable that I have slept in, but after a while, I just slept on the floor, honestly.
I don't sleep.
Are you with them? I thought you were with me.
You this time said did the rest of you, so I assumed we were all together this time.
Yeah, so, but this
I'm paying
conversation...
attention.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Where are you? Are you down in the breakfast room, dining room, wherever you were
Are
before?
you complaining about your sleeping quarters in the middle of the dining room with my mother?
No, that would have been in the morning before getting there. That'd be...
There
That'd be
was a
shitty
weird line
guest.
drawn somewhere, and I don't
Yeah.
understand where that was drawn. So Nash would have only said that directly to Boston.
Okay, so the
in
two of you are
morning.
talking in the hallway when you see this on the way after getting out of your room. So the two of you continue going downstairs and enter the kitchen or the dining room with Baldric and Fen. The four of you are down there. Ramita is nowhere to be seen.
Is she still sleeping?
No, she wasn't up when we walked by her door.
I mean, if she's still tired, let her sleep.
Yeah.
We're just like, yeah, no, she can totally sleep in. She's fucking wandering the house.
I mean, I am a little bit worried. Her and sleep is weird. She's sort of like overdosed on sleeping pills once, and she doesn't sleep in like this normally unless something's up. I don't...
She might have been looking for a bathroom and got lost.
Roderick, can you have someone look for her? I'm gonna look back at Roderick.
Absolutely, Lord Fenrana. And walks off to go seek out little Ramita. Finds Ramita in a billiard room with the table and
Maybe got distracted by the billiard table.
Yeah, like, oh, this looks nice. Is this standard size?
are you ready to join the others in the breakfast for breakfast?
Gonna jump and be like, oh, yeah, definitely hungry.
Follow me.
This place is a little topsy-turvy.
There's no response. When you finally get and join with the others who are probably already eating, all kinds of foods, baked goods, meats, fruits. It's kind of buffet-ish style. All kinds of foods. Mother comes walking in. Good morning. She's wearing something a little similar to what she was wearing before. She's not with the high collar. It is a low round neck dress with a bodice overlaying. Her sleeves are long and flowy, and the dress is just as flowy before with shimmering glittery chiffon type overlay. It seems to dance very similar to the walls of the house. And her hair is tied up in a bun and has a little comb brooch sort of thing in the front, with some coral reef looking decorative beads and pearls in front of it.
You look very beautiful this morning, ma'am.
Well, thank you. How did you all sleep?
Very well. Very beautiful rooms.
Thank you.
But I couldn't get out of the bed for a little bit. I was awake, but those are really soft. I was stuck.
Oh,
Do we need to get you a firmer mattress?
Nah, I'll just sleep in a drawer next time.
Oh no, I insist. We get you another mattress.
No.
We can.
A drawer and a jacket. That's all I need.
I have a very, very eclectic group of friends, Mother. It's best not to argue with them.
Very. Well, I
appreciate
have, of course. I have some errands to run. I have to meet up with my council, and so after I take the twins to school, I will be out. You are welcome to use the house as you need. I suppose you also have your errands to run.
Yes, though, to be fair, I don't think they will be allowed into the academy, with it being Lumen business. And a bit of the higher security end sort.
Understood. Well, I'm sure Arun can make some arrangements. I'm not aware of the protocols. That's none of my concern.
Fair. I'll be contacting him soon.
Right. Tell him I said hello and that he needs to come by. We haven't seen him since you graduated. Well, since you got your internship, I should say. To make sure to at least be kind to your brother when he comes home today.
I promise neutrality, at the very least.
All right. Well, I'm off.
To be fair, I do need something from him, so I'll be laying it on thick.
Fen. Anyways, good day. I'll see you later. And she
Bye,
comes
Mother.
over and
Thank you for your hospitality.
behind Fenrana and just kisses the top of her head before walking off. And you suspect the twins are already on their in the vehicle.
Doing their thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And suppose
Okay,
we could leave that there. What do you guys want to do so that we have an idea of what's going on next episode?
I mean, honestly, that's a good place to leave it off. That way we know that we have to, like, set up our day next time we start, right?
All right, then.
Yeah, and we can like discuss it a little bit outside too. If
Yeah.
we need to.
Yeah.
Sound Gucci. Thank you all for coming and watching. We had fun. Let's go and do a sound off around the court and see what is going through the characters' minds. Let's get some socials if you want to see more of our content. Yeah, let's start with Nash.
Hi, I am Tony, the guy Tony. And no,
Sometimes.
You willed it.
and you can find me on TikTok at Tony Will Edit.
Willed it.
Sometimes
what?
I will.
I've never heard that username.
Does take more energy, and I don't like it. I don't want to set the bar that high, so it's Tony Will Edit. That way I can really deal with the revisionist history here. Anyway, yeah. So I talk a lot about TTRPGs online, and I'm doing
One-shots.
anything on micro RPGs, in fact. So I talk about those all the time, but I will talk about other types of TTRPGs as well, outside of the one that you're seeing us play, which is one that a lot of folks know. But all of them are great, so you know, just based on what game you want to play. Nash is uncomfy and will probably remain uncomfy because he is very out of his element, and everyone is kind of an asshole, even like the 6-year-olds. which is
They're 13.
kids
They're
normally-
They're pre-teenings.
They're like 11.
Kids normally, the 6-year-olds, kids normally like Nash, but
6-year-olds like Nash.
Preteens, however.
kids
As we all know.
Preteens don't like anyone.
But this did not go well. And so Nash tried to treat them like adults because they insisted not to be treated like kids. And then they didn't like him immediately. So, it's fine. Everything's fine. They were his only shot at having someone to talk to. It's okay.
Oh no.
Everyone is hoity-toity and think they know everything, which is literally impossible, but that's fine. Nash is not having a great time. The stars were great though, but he would like to not be here. And I don't know how that's gonna get real better. So we'll see how this goes for Nash.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's gonna be
For
a great
Nash.
time. I'm
The shoe is on the other foot.
Fen was so uncomfy with everything. Now feel my pain.
Fen was like, it's fine, back in Vorak. And now it's Nash going, it's fine. Anyways.
Nash is not at it's fine. Nash is like, this sucks, keep going, this sucks, keep going, this sucks. Yeah. So
This really feels like it's Nash's home, though.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Anyway, so that's Nash. Somebody else go.
You have to pick.
Someone else talk.
Potato toss.
Yeah. Darkness looks like they're trying to fall asleep. So you're it. Tag.
For darkness.
I am
bitch.
tired. I don't know why. I am darkness, and I am still just nothing. Granny is very uncomfortable because although Granny has like some money, she's used to living well within her means. House that she lived in for past 150 years almost, like raising kids, keeping it simple. So this is all like super freaking fancy and big, and she's been in towns smaller than this house, she's pretty sure. And she hasn't said anything, but she kind of agrees with like Nash and Boston. She feels like there's something bothering the mom. She can't put her finger on it. She's loving the kids though. She thinks they're a hoot.
They're vicious.
Yeah. I don't have anything figured out. Life is complicated and endless. On to the Brett. Ta-ta-ta-ta.
Hi.
Ortiz.
Boston wants to get out of this house. He tried to be friendly with the kids. The kids basically said, "Ew." So he's trying to be friendly with the mom, and she's like, "You're sweet, but go away." That's the entire vibe he's been getting, and that's perfectly fair. Because kids repeat what their parents say, he's a criminal. He's basically scum because he's a cowboy, and that's fair and that's fine. He wants out.
Of the house or of being a cowboy?
The house. There's not many things he can do with this particular line of work, and it's not like he can apply to a college for this town.
I mean, you could apply. We wouldn't get in.
And they go, "Ha," and they rip up his introduction letter and then set it on fire in front of him, watching to see what he'd do.
They would send the most scalding rejection letter.
It's like, aren't you like a criminal? Like, why are you even here? How did you even find this address?
How did you
Like,
get in here? How did you get into our country? What the fuck?
Yeah,
How are you capable of reading the address?
yeah. It's like, Okay. But my name is Gearsparks. I just stream here every day on Twitch.
On Twitch.
On Twitch. Except for Sunday. And I might take tomorrow off because I just did finish a subathon. But we shall see.
Ooh.
Also, yesterday was my birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, he's now 28.
Or something like that. But yeah, that's it for me. And I'll the guy keeps guessing my birthday wrong. That'd be Rev.
Yeah, so Rick actually feel really comfortable here. It's like it's a setting that he's used to. So, like, this is a pretty chill environment, and he's enjoying screwing with people because he's never been able to be loose like he is and be in a place that he's this comfortable in. It's a neat mix for him. And I am Sanguine Rev. You can find me in all the places that you can find me, and even some of the ones that you can't. I stream semi-regularly here on Twitch, often with the fine people here on this call.
YouTube.
Here on YouTube, but on the other one that's purple. Listen, we've moved, and I'm not used to it.
We'll get it someday. It'll just be another year.
I guess that leaves me and
Leaves
Gears. Fen is actually relaxed for the first time because they know how to act in this particular area. Like, yeah, my family is complicated, but I know how to navigate those waters. Other than that, just kind of eager to get back to the academy and dig into whatever they can to get further on this whole cult thing. Also, apparently, a potential new lead in my brother. That's a thing that I didn't realize. Great.
Yay!
Yay. Other than that, I am Bloodless King, and you can find me on Twitch as a VTuber. YouTube, I have a couple of VODs up. I have to edit a couple more to get them actually out, but they'll hit pretty soon. Other than that, I don't really interact on TikTok anymore because it's terrifying, and editing down a thing where it fits on TikTok is tough.
They have 10-minute options now.
They do, but I'm not gonna put a 10-minute video up on TikTok. That's no.
Same.
Disgusting.
I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, yeah.
It
Gears time.
I don't have a character, but I'll let you guys know a little bit about what's going on with the twins. They were super excited to meet new people. Being homeschooled, yes, they were a little isolated, and they wanted to meet new people.
Very awkward.
And yes, they are a little awkward. They do not have a filter, and it's fine because they were told to express themselves, and they love excitement. They love adventure and things that are risky. They don't. Anyways, so their first impression of the crew, Boston was cool until they saw the necklace. Nash was cool until he tried to tell them what to do. Ramita's still kind of cool, and Baldric is just another Roderick.
That's so racist.
But they're very happy that Fenn's home.
Wow, Fen.
My favorite part of that is like, oh yeah, that was kind of cool. Oh, he believes in something that doesn't exist. Oh,
It's not even a believes in something that doesn't exist. It's more of the idea of following a god that's narrowing down your worldview.
right. Because being an isolated child definitely gives you the best worldview. Being
I
homeschooled
never
helps with that
said
as
they
well.
were logical.
Boston
They're
should know how
seen.
guns
They
work
make
too.
no sense.
It's you believe in something you can't see. Great. versus their dad, who's like all about technology, and then even Fen, who's like, I had a dream, which is borderline. Anyways, it's complicated, but they're okay
it's
with it.
Critical because children are stupid.
They make sense to them. So yeah, they very excited to learn what Fen is going to teach them, and you can find me. I don't post as much anymore, but if you're interested in the past stuff that I've done, I have videos on YouTube, I have TikToks, and occasionally I'm on Twitch. So, thank you all. Have a good night. See you next week. And until next time, don't break character, please.
Break it.
Bye.
Stop it.
Break it. Break
Twist
it.
it.
Break